Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are trying out a bunch of new products that I have in front of me. We are getting ready for work and we're just going to talk through some things as we go along. But you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications, new videos, and if you like this video, make sure you give a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using a bunch of new products, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, I have a bunch of new things in front of me. Most everything I've purchased myself except 2 items were sent to me. We'll talk about that when we get there. But Too Faced just released a new bronzer contour sculpting stick, as well as the Born This Way mini eyeshadow palettes. When I saw these, I was like, oh, that packaging looks familiar. But they were different shades. So there's the Cold Smolder Nudes. And there's 6 shades in each of them, so very cool toned, really pretty. 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. I'm really excited for, I like the little 6-pan, 9-pans. Huda Beauty does 9. I don't think Too Faced has done these mini palettes before. They have like the Juicy, Tutti, Fruity, whatever those were back when I started my channel. They had those small ones, but otherwise it's usually a big palette. And then the Born This Way Warm Ember Nudes. So these are supposed to be based off of your complexion. These are more of the pinky tones, and this is what I tend to gravitate towards. Sometimes I'll get into the browns or the cool tones. It just depends on how I feel. I do still have to go to work today. I have an appointment, so I have a little extra time, but we're gonna play around with some things really quickly because, like I said, I gotta go to work. But this color story definitely speaks to me. I'm looking at the pinky shade. This pink shimmer is really pretty, but it might be a little too deep for work. And then this champagne pop would absolutely be stunning. So I'm going to play around a little bit. Let me go ahead and swatch the shimmers. Now, when I was looking at this and I was like, that packaging looks really familiar. So these are the 3 shimmers, which names are on the back. So this is Roasty Toasty, Golden Girl, and Sizzle. Let's go ahead and swatch those right there. Ooh, so I might be able to do this on like the center and then this on more towards the inner corner area just to play around a little bit. I'll see if I'm going to have time to go ahead and play with this one and put a small tutorial at the end. I will try. I will 100% try and do that so that we can just get a quick look, because like I said, these are great for work for me. So one morning I might just be able to like zip it on, no talking, and speed through that portion. I will try 100%. I did already prime my eyes with they sent me the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which I used to use all the time. The only downside that I remember was that it was more of a clear coat and it doesn't really like hide my veins completely. They're still peeking through. It was more of a like nude shade when I went to go put it on. So we did use that today because I haven't used it in a long time, but it was my go-to forever before I discovered the P. Louise base. So that we did use. Now looking at the matte shades, I'm gravitating towards this pale pink, but it is very light. So I don't know if it's gonna come up. I'm gonna use this shade first. And I'm going to put that in the inner, or I'm going to put it in the crease in the outer V. It's just kind of like a peachy tone. Now, when I saw this, and like I said, the packaging looked familiar. They had put out a Born This Way nude palette last year, 2 years ago. And it had quite a few shades, like 15 or 18. I did not pick it up because I have a lot of neutral palettes. And I like Too Faced, but I have a lot of their palettes and a lot of neutrals, and it was just kind of something that wasn't like on my radar, so I didn't pick it up. I also think maybe it was during the time that I was like moving, or there was a reason I didn't pick it up. Maybe it was I didn't have a lot of time to film. I've been trying to film mostly on the weekends so that I have some things a little more like pre-filmed, only because my work days vary. It just depends on what I have going on with work and if I get home at a decent time, like maybe I can film. Sometimes I just want to like relax and focus on other things, clean up around the house. Who knows? All right, so I'm going to bring that into the corner a little, or the center a little bit more. But when I saw these released, I was like, ooh, I can get behind a quick little palette. So I'm going to go into the shade, which is Bring the Heat. This one I'm going to use my compacted smudger for. But I was more willing to pick these up than I was the big neutral palette. I'll see if I can find a photo of it. But I focus more on like the brown tones, the pinky tones. I want to say that one might have had like peachy tones in it. I can't remember. There was legitimately a reason why I was like, I'm going to pass. And I didn't pick it up. But we all have our reasons. Now, when I saw these, because I can travel with them quickly, they can go. I haven't been taking my makeup to the gym with me because I can come home. I live fairly close to the gym that I go to. So it's like 10 minutes there, 10 minutes home. And I like being able to shower in my own bathroom and all that. Now, if I lived further away, like I used to, yeah, I'm packing a gym bag. But that is not the requirement now because I have time. All right, I'm going to use this shade, which is Roasty Toasty. And then I'm going to use Golden Girl. So just on my middle finger, and we're going to tap that right here in the center. So for the most part, I'm using almost every single shade with the exception of the lightest matte and the darkest shimmer. Okay, so that's a really pretty like pop of pink. It does feel chunky like when you go to swatch it, but it feels nice when like being applied. And then into Golden Girl. So we're just going to bring it through, which will probably tone the pink down a little bit. Oh yeah, it definitely did because I kind of overtook it. I'm going to add a little bit of the pink back in because I like the pink shade, but it's not going to be as intense because of that champagne. Okay, so we've got kind of like a pinky champagne spotlight. All right. My nose is itching, you guys. Okay, now like I said, some things were sent to me. This is from Estee Lauder. This is the Double Wear Primer and Foundation. I have been using this foundation for years. I absolutely love it. It is Community X Scene. They sent this to me. And I want to say when you enter, they put you into a raffle, or there's a certain way that they pick you. I have applied for different campaigns and not received them. But then I received the one for Estee Lauder and Double Wear, which is one of my favorite foundations. I have it in a lighter shade. Now the difference is there's a pump on this one. There's not on this one. So when you purchase it, it looks like this. There is not a pump. You can buy that separately, which I will end up going and doing for this one. But I absolutely love this because rain, shine, running, sweating, anything, like you're going to keep this on your face. It will survive the elements. It'll survive perspiring. Just, it is a good foundation. And I have repurchased this multiple times in different shades, depending on what time of year it is. This is my lighter shade, something I use more in the winter. But when they asked me what shade I wanted, I got something a little bit, it's not much deeper. This is 3N2 and this is 3N1. There's a slight difference. This one's lighter, this one's darker. This is shade Wheat. But they also sent me the primer, which I've never tried before. And I was like, wait, why haven't I? This is the Double Wear Smooth and Blur Primer. So, I mean, we gotta try it out. Oh, okay. So it's just kind of like a little, I like these types of applicators because I can be a little more precise. And I don't have to put it straight onto my hands. Sometimes, like, there's some primers that I use that if I put it on my hands, it just makes my hands sticky. Like, oh, no. This may be too much, but I am also going to bring it down my neck. I like to do that for my primers, especially because foundations should come down your neck. Oh, this feels so nice. Like, there's some thickness to it, but it's not, like, overly thick. It kind of gives me, I can't think of the primer right now. And it's got kind of a stick to it, which I'm okay with. It should help my foundation grip where it needs to go. Remember to bring your primer down your neck, especially if it's got skincare. Like, why would you stop right here? Okay, and then into wheat. So because this doesn't have the pump on it, I usually just take my finger and then I dot it all over my face. And usually the like one set of dots should be pretty good. But without the pump, it can get a little messy because it is all over your hand. We'll start there, and if I need more, I will add it. But later on tonight, Luke and I are going to one of the baseball games for the Norfolk Tides. And this is perfect because the weather, it's iffy today. Sometimes baseball games are nice and warm and you're just sweating your butt off sitting in the stands. Tonight it looks like it might be a little drizzly, and I like this because my makeup stays put. I used to use this when I was an RDC or drill instructor in other branches. I've talked about this before when I've used the double wear. But I would wear my makeup while I was working out and it would still stay in place, and I would get questions like, what are you wearing? Because your makeup doesn't go anywhere and you just ran 2 miles, or you're like profusely sweating but your makeup's still there. Usually it was double wear. It stayed on my makeup table while I was an RDC. See, and this is just a thin layer. I do know that I need to build it up a little bit, but because I don't have the pump, I wanted to make sure that I didn't overdo it, which is easy to do. And probably a little bit more on the forehead, or as I like to call it, the 5 head or sun shield. That should be enough. Just make sure you get it into your ears. Well, around your ears. It just has a beautiful effect on the skin. And into the eye sockets. I do have some other products that I'm going to speed through. I have my Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer as well as the Moira Full Face Sculpt. I'm almost out of this. I do have the new Too Faced Bronzer Stick. So that is why we are doing this. I keep contemplating repurchasing the Moira, but I also know I have a whole drawer of other contours that I like. But it is one of the first ones besides my Charlotte Tilbury that I am almost out of. Like, I am literally scraping the sides on this. Yep, this is the last of it. You guys, it is empty. That's a good feeling because I don't really get empties that often. But that just goes to show you how good this is, and it is super affordable. Womp womp. It's gone now. Alright, so I have the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in Chocolate Souffle. So this is a little bit warmer than I normally do for my contour, which is why I used something else. I'm really hoping this is like the right shade of what I would normally use. But I do love the Too Faced bronzing powders. So we'll start here, and if I need to add more, I will. It kind of looks like it disappeared. I can see like right here, but I might need a darker shade. We'll see. Let's not get a hold of ahead of ourselves. It does blend out nicely. I will give it that. I probably need to use a little bit more. I was pretty sparing with it. It's one thing to like swipe it on and then you have too much. I prefer to like tap my products into place because then I just kind of get more of a precise lay down. Anyone else feel that way? Okay, I like that. It just kind of like blended in and melted into the skin. That is really nice. I do, however, need to bring it down my neck. Just to warm it up a little bit. And behind the ears. People, like, I forget to do behind the ears and then it's like all pale and everything else is nice and tan. And I'm like, what just happened? Okay, that was actually a really quick application. I could probably go in heavier, but like I said, I'm going to work, so I don't want it to be like too intense. Okay, for powder, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty. I have the shade Peach Pie. And then for blush, I'm using my Milk Cooling Water in the shade Burst. Now that I know how to use it. If you have not seen my original video using it, I used it on top of powder. Does not work well. It prefers to be laid down on cream and then applied. But powder will like instantly grab it and it stays in place and you're just kind of like stuck with it where it's at. So, heed my warning. Use it on top of creams and then set your face. It looks intense, but once I powder it, it's gonna cool down. It's so pretty. But with powder on top, it stays in place. It sets so nicely. It is a little more intense on this side, so we're just gonna build this one up a little bit. See, just so easy. And now in with powder, because this is the Natasha Denona concealer, you just tap it out with your finger because it already starts to like set. And it just smooths back out. So I love the double wear foundation. I don't know how I feel about the primer. Like right here, I think you guys can also see my pores, which is fine. It'll be okay. I have other primers that will like definitely smooth out. I probably should have used my Tarte Timeless, but I wanted to try it and see. Some areas just need more help. And of course my lines up here. I may have made my blush a little too intense for today. But it did tone down because I put powder on top of it. If you want to tone it back down, you can take your sponge. I still have some concealer on here and just go on top of it. It'll just kind of mute it, or use your foundation brush. Something that has a complexion product that is not your blush. Let's go ahead and finish off the eyes real quick. And I'm going to go back into the shade Warm Ember and then Bring the Heat. I do like the mirror in here. It is very nice and clear. I did look up the other palette, so I'm not sure why I didn't pick it up. It has pretty much similar shades, but the price is different. So the full palette is $54, whereas the two individual palettes, they're $29 each. So you could technically not do this, and because you're spending $29 on 6 shades. But with the other palette, you're getting about 18 shades. It might have been 20. I'd have to go back and double check. But it is more than 12 shades. I can tell you that for $59. The difference is, do you need all the colors? For me, I like to have a variety, so I picked up both of them also to try them out for you guys. And I also like traveling with smaller palettes. But if you aren't going to be traveling with it, if you're not adverse to having a big palette in your makeup bag when you do travel, and you like having a variety of neutral shades, maybe the larger palette is the recommended, especially if you're going to end up buying both of these palettes, both of the small ones for $29 each. You're spending more money on the 2 palettes than you are the big palette. So right now on the Too Faced website, the large palette was $54 and these were $29. So 2 of them you're going to spend $60. Whereas, yeah, you guys, the sun is like all of a sudden like, hello, I am here. It was looking gloomy earlier. But if you're just going to buy one of the smaller shadow palettes and that be it, $29, maybe it's not a bad price point. But I could also tell you that there's other affordable palettes from ColourPop or Juvia's Place that are at Ulta. They are on their websites that you could spend $8 or $14 for versus $29 for 6 shades. I'm just saying, you know, affordable options are out there, and you know, the cost of makeup today is insane. Okay, I shut the blinds, but I don't think it's helping. I don't usually film this early in the morning, so we're just getting that ethereal glow effect right now. All right, I do have the new highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Multi Glow. I had the original one, and this is in the shade Romance Light. So she re-released it, but there is a deeper shade. So this is the lighter shade that I picked up last year. I really love this packaging. It's kind of like a pinky mother of pearl. Really love that. Well, I picked up the deeper shade, which is Dreamlight, and look at this packaging. The packaging is gorgeous, and this is what that looks like. So for me, I tend to use all the shades, and mixed together you get a different effect. So that's what, so now you get more golden, whereas with this one, which is Romance Light, it's a little bit lighter. So this is the new one I just picked up, which is Dreamlight, more golden, and then this is Romance Light, which is a lot lighter. So I like this one. I'm doing a cool tone look. I'm so glad that there is a deeper shade, because especially with a tan and in the summer, I do like to switch to more golden highlights. So I'm going to use Romance Light in the inner corner and the brow bone. And for that, I use these 2 shades. I don't do the entire thing. They do have mirrors in them, which makes it really nice for application or for travel. There's a lot of times that I pick my makeup based off of if it has a mirror or not. If it doesn't, it makes it more difficult, and I have to travel with more things. All right, so brow bone. And now on to Dreamlight, and I'm going to just across the entire thing. That is so pretty. I'm sure I could like go in and build this up and make it deeper. It just depends on what your skin tone is. I like that it has the different shades because, you know, maybe you don't need these 2 shades, but you need these 2 because of your skin tone. Like, you can do whatever you want with these because you can mix them and make them lighter or darker depending on what you want. So I do like that. All right, I need to do brows liner. I'll be back for mascara because I was sent something with my Too Faced purchase that one of y'all recommended me try, and I didn't have to pick it up myself. So I will be back for that. Okay, I have curled my lashes, but one of y'all recommended that I pick up the Too Faced Better Than Sex Foreplay, which is the mascara primer. Now, when I made my purchase of the 2 eyeshadow palettes, they sent it to me as a sample, so I figured, why not try it out? And then, of course, I do have my Too Faced Better Than Sex. I do have a full size, but I've been trying to use up my little sample one. I've been traveling with that recently, so why not? You know, waste not, want not. All right, so the wand on this is a little curved. I'm used to, what is it, the Definicils from Lancome, which was their mascara primer. It's like a clear or a white mascara, whereas this is black. But this is supposed to go on before your mascara. And I've talked about, I'm really lucky in the fact that I have long and thick lashes. Not everyone is the same. So I don't always use a mascara primer, but I'm always intrigued, especially when one of y'all suggests something. Like, I'm willing to try it out. I want to see what it's all about, especially because I just don't wear false lashes. Not frequently. I will once in a while. Sometimes I'll be like, ooh, let me put on my magnetic falsies because they're so easy. But if I can do something with mascara that means I don't have to put lashes on, like, absolutely. Give it to me. So, like, if I were just to use this as a mascara, it's really nice. It's just accentuating my lashes. And I like that it's in a darker shade, so my lashes aren't like, because I remember using the Lancome Definicils, I think that's the name of it, and my lashes would then all of a sudden be white. And if you didn't get every single lash that had the primer on it, you'd have like black and white lashes. Does anyone else know what I was talking about? All right, now going into the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Every time I would like make an order or like their holiday kits, I would get one of these. So I've given them away to friends. Or like when I've done friends makeup, I use the little samples and give it to them so that I don't have to like go out. Because sometimes they have their own mascara and they'll bring it, or maybe they come with nothing and I will use whatever I have in my drawer and give them that. Oh, this is like making them mega. This mascara is good by itself, but holy cow. Okay. They look like fuzzy false lashes. Wow. So look at this eye compared to this eye. I don't know if you guys can, like, from the profile. Like, that is insane. Okay, I might need a full size of that. If you have like thin lashes or shorter lashes and you've tried it, let me know like what the results are. Are you in love with it? Did it just work because I have thick lashes and long lashes? Like, I want to know. Put it in the comments. Now I want to try it with like all my other mascaras. Start doing a battle of the mascaras. Holy crap. I don't know that I need another go, but like, if I can get this with just mascara. I'm just doing a quick little like final coat. All right. Wow. Okay. I really was sleeping on that. I do have a couple areas where I hit mascara. Just use your spoolie from your brow pencil. Now, the last thing. Oh, I need to set my face. So, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting. The massive size, and I'm almost out of this too. It's such a good setting spray. But if you want your makeup to stay, you go with what you use or what you know. And then press it in. Now, Charlotte has released lip plumpers. This is the Pillow Talk Big Lip Plump Gasm. There's two different shades. There is Pillow Talk, and then there is Pillow Talk Medium Deep. Pillow Talk Fair Medium and Medium Deep. So this one's a little bit too dark for today, but this one is the right shade. I will swatch them on the back of my hand. All right. That is an intense doe foot. Wow. Okay. So this one is the Fair Medium, which I'm going to use today for work. And then this one is Medium Deep. And because I'm kind of in between, I picked up both of them. Did I need both of them? Probably not. This is also not the first time I've used them. I have used them one other time because I don't know if you guys have seen the video where I used the, what was it, NYX Duck Plump. That one hurt. It absolutely hurt. All right, so slight difference in the shade, but I'm going to keep it a little bit light for today. And I will say I do like how this feels. It isn't minty, but it's not like the stinging habaneros, like, so I'm okay with that. And I do like how my lips look with this. It's super juicy. It is starting to like, I'm starting to feel it. It's just so juicy. I would have done a lip liner underneath this, but I also wanted to just put it on with the regular shade that it is. It is a beautiful neutral shade. It's supposed to be your lips, but glossy and juicy and a little bit more plump. I really like this. Have you guys picked them up? Do you like them? I would say on all the plumpers that I've tried, I really enjoy this one. I do also like the Lawless and the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. Those are really nice, and I like the minty effect on those too. This doesn't have the minty effect. It does, like, I can feel the tingle. Ooh, and I like the Buxom ones. Buxom has some amazing lip plumpers. They're just so juicy, and like my lips look like I have jelly on top of them. But you guys, that is it for this video. This is the final look. Fairly neutral, keeping it toned down. Even with as intense as my blush was earlier, we were able to tone it down so I can go to work. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Are there any products that I tried out that you are picking up or you're passing on? I want to know why. Put it in the comments. We'll have a conversation. Okay, I promised I would try and fit this in. So we're going to go into this middle shade first, which is Driftwood. the shade Cold Smolder. I'm sticking with my fluffy brush so that it's not too dark. I am getting ready for work, so I have to keep it fairly toned down. But the shades are blending smoothly and very pretty. I'm going to switch over to my compacted smudge brush, just a smidge, right here. Now, I didn't swatch any of the shimmers. Ooh, I think I'm going to use this middle one and then this one. This one kind of has like a taupey shade to it. It's 6:40 in the morning, you guys. I have to be to work by 8 today because I am teaching. So into Show Off. That is on my middle right here in the center. And then into Moonstone. Okay, diving back into Cold Smolder Nudes to finish off this eye look. I'm gonna go back into Driftwood and then Cold Smolder. Driftwood's gonna go the entire length under the eye. And very tight to the eye, not too blown out or dragged out. And now into Cold Smolder, just right here in the outer corner. Nothing too crazy. I think this is a really good palette, like if you want a cold tone smoky eye, this is definitely like good for that. I still stand by what I said earlier, where I think the price point of these two individually, it is more cost effective to get the bigger palette. I think that you'll have more options. Okay, I need to do brows, liner, mascara. I'll be back with the final look. Okay, you guys, this is the final look for the Cold Smolder Nudes from the Born This Way Too Faced palette. Let me know what you think. I didn't deepen it up too much because I need to keep it a little toned down for work today. It is a little bit darker than I normally would go for work, but I don't hate it. I like it. And I think if I was able to just deepen it up and smoke it out how I wanted to, it would just amplify it so much more. But I really like how they turned out today. Let me know your thoughts. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications, new videos. If you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.